All right, shout out to FightHype.com here with one of the truly legendary fighters of this era, my man Nonito, the Filipino Flash Donaire, 5-division champion.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Nonito, you know, got the WBC in the background here in Vegas.
That's right.
You're slated to come back to the ring December 11th to defend that belt against Raymar Gaballo, or how do you say it again?
Well, in the Philippines we say Gaballo.
Gaballo.
But you know, here we read it like the Spanish, Gaballo. So.
This kid's 24-0. He earned his spot as the #1 guy. What are you expecting in this fight?
You know, I remember being at that time where I was very hungry. You know, I'm willing to give everything that I got. So I don't doubt the tenacity and the hunger that this kid has. So you know, I'm training very hard, like I'm fighting Inoue.
Do you want to go to war with this kid, or are you trying to beat him with intelligence and whatnot?
Well, I'm always going to try to do whatever I always go up there, you know, which is try to get the knockout. You know, if it happens in the early round, you know, I want to make that happen. If it happens in the later rounds, that's fine with me too. So, you know, given the respect with this kid, we're training very hard, and we're always looking for that knockout as every other fights that we go inside that ring.
Have you seen some fights of his in the past, and what do you think when you've watched him fight?
I've seen a little bit here and there. You know, he's very in shape. That kid's always in shape. You know, he has great power, and you know, it can make difficult fights for everybody. You know, but I think that my experience will dissect his style. Again, I have great training ahead of me and strategy with my coach Rachel. You know, she's me and her. We're gonna make a great strategy like we did with Gaballo. You know, just looking into how we can dissect the fight, how we can take advantage of his style, and what style do I need to fighting this kid.
You know, when a great fighter gets towards the end of their career, they say they always have one more great fight in them. How sure are you that wasn't Gaballo? That wasn't the last?
Well, I fought a great fight, and I'm gonna keep fighting a great fight because I believe in it. I train my butt off for it. You know, and I have great strategy going to the fight every time, not just going out there for war like I've done in the past. You know, it's about being smart now. It's about taking the time to study the fight and taking the time to understand who I'm fighting. As before, I just got kind of lazy, and I think I would say that I gotta thank Inoue for it because I think he punched some sense into me to study my opponent, to go back into the old drawing board like I did in the past, where I haven't seen myself in this type of strategic or time to dedication to know my opponent. You know, now I'm doing it.
Do you see yourself knocking this young guy out?
Well, I do see myself. Well, I do believe in my power, that my power can knock this guy out. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen, sometimes it happens. You know, but I do believe in my capability and my power to knock this kid out.
Are you not looking past him, but through him to the big fights with Inoue and Casimero?
I'm not looking past him at all. You know, I'm training, and the only person that I'm thinking about right now is him. You know, and however comes after that, I'll take my time to talk about it. You know, now the only guy I'm fighting right now is Gaballo, and that's where all my focus is going to be.
You know, I'm sure, you know, back home in the Philippines, although you're a Bay Area guy, I know that, but I'm sure back home in the Philippines, you got both. You got both. You're very familiar with both countries.
Yes.
I'm sure they're excited that it's a Filipino champion defending against an undefeated Filipino, but why weren't we able to get that Filipino unification with Casimero this time around for this date?
Well, as it was said in the media and in some lives, that there was just internal turmoil and chaos and miscommunication between the camp. That when the contract was given to me and him, they supposedly never received it, and so the contract was never signed, and therefore the fight was never established. You know, and that's something that he has to deal with is establishing his camp to be in one. You know, and have great communication. I mean, that's out of my hand, but that's what happened. Why the fight didn't happen.
Do you still want that fight? Maybe after this fight or at some point?
I want all the belts. Doesn't matter if it's anybody who gets the belt, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm getting the belt. Who's holding the belt, I'm taking them.
So he's still on the hit list.
Always in the hit list. If you're holding my belt, you're always in the hit list.
Do you want to send a message to him?
Well, win. And then if you want to fight with me, win. You know, because I'm going and gunning for the belt. You know, and again, I'm not the kind of guy to speak or talk about this and that. All I know is that my goal is fighting the champion. You win, you'll get the chance to fight me, and I get the chance to fight you and take that belt. You get the chance to fight Inoue and take that belt, you know, and vice versa. So that's all I care about, is getting the belts together, and my main goal.
Would you knock Casimero out?
I always go for a knockout, 100%.
So he can still get it sounds like. Did he have did he have any problems? I may have overheard something like he had some problems when he went back to the Philippines after this latest fight. Did you hear anything about that?
Well, from what the lives and the YouTube lives that I've been following, he just had an issue with his promotion and with all this other stuff, and why the fights got canceled, and why they're not being taken care of, or something like that. I'm not really sure. To me, it's out of my head. My main focus right now is Gaballo. That's all.
Absolutely. But just to close on all that,
yeah.
This trifecta between you, Inoue, and Casimero, do you feel it makes sense, Casimero, and then for all 4 belts with Inoue?
Whatever fight is easier to make.
Okay.
You know, if they're playing games like they have in the past, then that fight might not happen until later on. But whatever fight is easier to make, I'm going for it. You know, I'm here to fight. I'm not here to play games.
And that means even going to Japan still. Is that right?
100%.
Nice. But first, December 11th on
That's
Showtime.
Oh, it's Showtime.
Carson, where you rocked that place last time. So fans will be watching.
And you know what's crazy? I'm bringing in new people coming in. You know, I got into this cryptocurrency, which is Shiba Inu, and it's the community that they have in their Shiba, the Shiba army, has been tremendously supportive, and we might see a lot of Shiba screaming and yelling for December 11th. So,
awesome.
So it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Just a new, you know how YouTubers are bringing YouTubers. Well, I'm bringing in crypto into the boxing world.
Awesome. I hope they pay you off of that. You know?
Well, we'll see.
I'm gonna break my boy off
yes,
something.
That's right. That's right.